I get the preview on live for some reason. It's not active. The mic audio is coming through all right. I had to adjust my mic a little bit, and I also changed the position on it. So I'm hoping I didn't mess with the distance and the gain and whatnot too much. I had it in a position before where it was kind of blocking some of the screen, so I tried making it where it wouldn't block the screen as much, and hopefully I won't get too much of my mouth clicks or whatever in there. But welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. We are on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. Thanks for hopping in, Farmer Taz. Thanks for those who have liked. Who don't know, we did a live stream on this map last week sometime. I don't remember what day. But it's a new map. It's only been out a week or two, if even. And it's for all platforms, so consoles as well as PC. And it's a pretty neat map because it has some new crops that you can use, and also some new kind of baling techniques. We'll look at a little bit of those today. The last stream we did some swathing on the wheat, and we harvested lentils. Today we're going to be doing the swathing the flax, picking it up, and then baling it. So it's kind of a lot of steps, but supposedly you get a really good bonus. Hey D-Dog, thanks for jumping in. How am I liking the flax aspect in swathing? I haven't really tried it out much, I'm not gonna lie, Farmer Taz. The swathing is kind of a cool concept. I don't know if it'll get old over time, because basically you swathe the crop and then you have to go back over with your regular harvester and pick it up. And then after that, you have to go through with the baler and pick up the baling. Now, you don't have to do the swathing. You could just harvest the field with a regular header. I can't think of the name right now. A regular, like, bean header. And then just go over and pick up the chaff or the droppings with the baler. But supposedly using the pickup header on the harvester with it swathed on the ground gives you like a 20% bonus, and that's just how the map's set up, I think, or maybe the header's set up that way. Let's see how that all works. But I wanted to check out the flax baling today. We did a little bit of it on the end of last stream. I feel like is my mic a little too loud for you guys? I don't know if it's clipping through too hard. I want to make sure I'm not blowing your eardrums out. I'm trying to look at my sound bar in OBS. It's good? Alright, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not, screaming in your ears. That everything sounds good together. But we did a little bit of it on the end of it, the last one. I do have him on a course play right now because I'm not sure we'll be able to do all three steps at the same way. These are the Flax Bales. We had run one last time, and from what I understand, you can use it in the TMR mixtures, and maybe we'll grab a TMR wagon and some cows and see what that looks like. We also don't really have a lot of money, so we might not be able to. Any baler can pick it up, but basically this is the swath crop on the ground. Then you run over it with the header, and it'll come out looking like this. And then you can pick that up, and you'll get the bales. But for this map, if you want to do the swathing, obviously you have to download the swather by BcBuhler. Then also you need to download these swather headers. There is a console version, which is not branded, or you can get the Macdon version, which is the PC version. But I think it's going to force you to download the other one because it's a required mod. So this is the pickup header. Got the Flax Lexion, the yellow and black version. I've been wanting to try these out, so it's kind of nice to have a map we can do it on, a North American map. Did the lentils in the last stream. We don't get a very high to them, but I think they're worth quite a bit. Kind of like less, you know, you get more for a smaller harvest. Right. Yeah, so they're worth quite a bit. I think I'm in easy mode, so this is probably really high. I meant to switch it to normal mode. We can do that now. Hey, Simulation Station. Thanks for joining in. It's going pretty well. Just doing a little bit of a stream on Edgewater. Some of the kind of new things you can do on the map. Also just trying them out for myself because I wanted to try them out. Yeah, big dog. Station. I don't know how you put out so much content. You were talking about, I think it was one of your UMRV episodes, how your business was picking up, and then you had stuff going on with your kids, and then everything else. It was a lot. Series, and one of them's just very short clips. I feel like I can barely put out 3 videos a week. But then again, I don't really game except for at night. And sometimes I'm not very good at my talking, so my editing has to be extra careful. That'd be my worry, getting burned out. I also like to every once in a while take a night off and just play a different game, so I have that too. Simulation Station know each other, but D-Dog, if you don't know, both of them have YouTube channels. And Farmer Taz is doing kind of a roleplay. It is a roleplay series on Westby, which is a really cool map. And then Simulation Station has a few different series, mostly North American or US based stuff. And they're all really good too. Or anybody else who might be watching. Just did an episode where you had all sorts of police cars and SWAT, a farm raid or a barn raid. I forget what he called it. It was pretty intense. It's pretty cool. Haven't seen something like that before. Well, back to work. Time, Farmer Taz. It's always risky downloading a mod that's not really a farming mod. One of them, it's like when somebody has a sports cars or something in their save. Something that's probably been kind of slapped together and not really checked over too hard. Kind of like models and whatnot taken from like GTA games and stuff. It's true, I didn't even think about the FSG app for that. I don't have it installed, but that would definitely make sense for kind of those oddball mods. Yeah, I've watched a couple videos on it and it looks really good, from what I've seen. I've heard nothing but good reviews. Maybe it'll be time to actually check it out, download it. chat overlay, the auto drive thing covers it up. So on a really dark color, I'll have to check that out too. Start somewhere, D-Dog. There's a great, I'd say it's a great like mod checker program, and it can also like switch your folders and whatnot for your save games for Farming Simulator. It's done by the Farm Sim game. I know, I think Argsy has a video on it. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some other videos out there on it. Yeah, check out the Farm Sim Game channel or their Discord. They should have it available, or their website, I think. Keep you organized instead of having all your mods in one folder or trying to remember if you need an updated mod or not. You can just swap your folders right through and to worry about it. I manually swap all my folders at the moment in the XML file, but maybe having a program like that would just make it a little bit easier. Thanks for subscribing, Simulation Station. Appreciate it. And hey, Big Sky. It is a nice looking class. Thanks for dropping into the stream. Simulation Station, understand. Say the one nice thing about the swather or the swathing is the swather runs really fast, so usually you never have to worry about catching up to it, or if you have smaller fields or something you could just buzz right through. Very maneuverable too, especially on these crazy fields. Okay. Yeah, I haven't started seeding yet in my save. Haven't had a whole lot of time to jump on and record much the last few days. My next episode of UMRV will be, I think, getting the planter and seeding, so I guess I'll see as well what the seed rate's like. Like one of my biggest concerns with it was whether if I was getting the proper nitrogen down for the certain crops, and then if you do manual application, sometimes I don't precision farming on this day, but sometimes the environmental score will go down because it thinks you're over applying or something like that. So that was my one of my biggest concerns with the anhydrous and possibly manually applying it to a field before it being seeded. So I was also wondering, because you can run like auto application for certain crops, so I did that for the corn on a couple fields, and I don't know if it's the right amount of nitrogen or not. So that's my big thing here. I'm wondering if the YouTuber now, I wonder if something's going on. YouTube's yelling at me. I don't know. Is everything still coming through, or did it? Bunch of buffering or not? Sorry about that. Song's a bit intense. It's a little more realistic on the seating. That'll be nice. At least I won't have to buy 18,000 big bags. Like the dressing bar, can you do it without the, I guess I noticed that you can do it without the cultivator, so you could run it over the crop after planting. Too much or whatever. You never, the internet. alert for the initial field prep at low month, then anhydrous dressing after the crop is planted so nitrogen levels. That would make sense. I just don't have the. I guess I could buy the manure of the slurry. Did talk about it in the Discord before, and I don't know if you pinned it or not, but I know you had sent it to me. At least tagged me in it. Going in. Is the stream buffering for you guys a lot, or is it just my YouTube yelling at me? Keep getting a message from YouTube telling me it's going in and out of its data. Changes. I'm sure I'm not giving you guys a crappy stream. EP. Does it just look like a yellow blob driving a yellow field? Thank you, Big Sky. Oh. Nichols Field. Guess they're gonna get a little upset with us. I think my truck is full of lentils. Yep. We'll have to sell that somewhere. So we will go. Sky. Sell it before we get to the field. Saskatchewan. Let's see. So, see you soon. Thanks for dropping in and chatting for a bit. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of the night. Train. I don't want to do. Yeah, what's the restaurant gives us? Edgewater drain's not too bad. That was in here. We can see how much the truck actually has in it. Or just buy an auger and load it into our bins. Don't think we'll fit at all. Nice. Up and over. This was the field we harvested the lentils on last stream. As you can tell, the fields are all kind of chaotic looking puzzle pieces. 22 bales driving me bonkers. It's not going. The week's been treating everyone well. I know Mark Thor's up late. Everybody tuning in, we're just checking out Edgewater, Saskatchewan, but we're also checking out the new crop with the map. Flax. Using a pickup header to grab it off the ground, and then we're dropping the chaff out the back, and then we'll use a baler to scoop that up. And that can be used in, I believe, the TMR mixtures on the map. Get stream elements to run on the stream. I don't know, I feel like it's been giving me a hassle the last couple. use on it. Just be something with the internet acting up. Beat this one. My internet servers or something are hooking up, not bringing in enough, or it's bouncing too much. Discord, which you can join, should be down in the description if you want. Folks, a little bit of an update where kind of on where the channel's going. We'll definitely be continuing UMRV, the Let's Play on there, because I'm really enjoying that. And I decided I'm gonna make, I think basically my live streams will be Edgewater, Saskatchewan for the foreseeable future. Maybe every once in a while I'll throw in a random one. Kind of do like a live Let's Play. And my time-lapse series on Fichtel will be kind of a shorter one. I think we're only going to do probably another 5 or so episodes. And then we will be moving to another map. I haven't decided what map, but I just want to make the time-lapse series kind of, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 20 episodes each, depending on the map. That way we're kind of getting an idea of a new map all the time. Maybe stick to a little bit of a farm build, but then also just do a lot of contract work. By adding a part series, which is focusing on Maize Plus and the Pumps and Hoses pack, probably only be doing 2 or 3 episodes on there, maybe end it with a live stream. And then we'll be eventually doing a series on the Court Farms map that is being released by Oxygen David. Hopefully, I think Maize Plus and everything should be implemented into it very well, so we'll find out there. Scene looks really nice, and then I think it's supposed to be being released here in the next month or 2. Elements wants to jump in. I'll believe it when I see it stream Elements. 2 more. Okay. Again, you got that right. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest of the night. A little distracted with the YouTube bitrate thing. I'm just going to try to ignore it. Hopefully the stream's coming out alright for everyone. It's not too far now until we got the first DLC for year 2. The Govil, I think that's how I was told to say it, Govil pack. It's gonna have some bale wrappers, some balers, some stationary balers. I know they released some fact sheets the other day. Sure, we'll get some more maybe this Friday. Thank you, Mark. Pretty sure you told me how to say it last time too. The mic audio or the game audio? It's harvesters. Did adjust my mic to a new position. It was a little easier to see all the screen and whatnot and out of the way, so hopefully it's not that. Maybe I can tweak it a bit. I do know when I tab out of the screen, the game audio will drop out. So if I tab out to like click through some stuff, like check OBS or go through my stream tab and all that, the game audio will drop. So maybe that's it. Hey Trio Gaming, thanks for dropping in. Hope you're doing well, having a good night. King's Big Sky. Thanks for the sub, Trio. I appreciate it. Getting closer to that 500 mark. That'll be kind of a big milestone, I think, for me. kind of hit that 100, and it feels really cool to get to the triple digits, and then 500 is kind of like the next big one. Then obviously after that, 1,000. Appreciate the subs. I appreciate the likes. But the content is enjoyable. Another sub. Just about done with the picking up the flax. So then we'll have to run over with the baler and see. I got Mark Thor's special fast bale that he edited for me. Well, surprised me and made for me. And this thing's pretty cool because it flies through the bales. It has my logo on it. And I showed it off in the last video. I had the time lapse on Pictol. It wraps bales insanely fast. So even if you have large windrows, it'll buzz right through them. It's pretty neat. And it has a larger pickup, so you don't miss a bunch of stuff. I think we might try testing on this. It might be a little difficult, but we could try testing if the pickup header or swathing crops actually does give us a really big bonus. We'd have to make sure we do have the exact same kind of stats on a field, then get the acreage and see what we get per acreage. So I'm not running precision farming, so that shouldn't affect, like the different soil types shouldn't affect anything. So if as long as we do the same steps on each field with this crop, should be able to figure out if we're actually getting a really big bonus or not. Flax sells for April. Check it here in a second while this is unloading. This map has 3 extra crops in it if you're not aware: flax, peas, and lentils. Lentils sell for quite a bit more. Like, you don't get as much in the yield, but you get quite a good paycheck for it. Peas are kind of a, a middle ground crop. Oh, you do get quite a bit for flax actually, just about the same as lentils. So this would be quite a nice amount of money we get out of this one. I think peas are on the same pace as, I don't think soybeans. I think soybeans, yeah, a little lower than soybeans. Probably something more like a regular crop, so something like wheat or oats. comparable to lentils, probably more almost. About the same, little less. I do think the field I had that I was harvesting lentils on last time had no fertilization, had weeds in it. Well, I don't even know if it was plowed or not, so I was probably only getting like a 50% yield on it. So I had no, I know it had weeds and had no fertilization. This field we just did had weeds on it, but I don't know if it was fertilized or not. I think it was. Maybe, maybe not. Hard to tell. I don't think it was either. It's blinking all over this thing. This trailer is like the custom, it's kind of got like a custom cover animation where actually it'll roll it. Yeah. I feel like you see that very much. Most of the time, you know, you just take the cover off and it just instant boom. This actually has the automated adapter. I think this is, I don't think it's base game. I'm pretty sure it was a mod I installed. Yeah, I don't know if it's in the mod hub or not. I think it is. I think it's by like custom modding or something. Check out why. See if Stream Elements is actually in here. Talk about the cover thing. Got it. Yeah, so normally you get that. Bam, bam. It would be kind of neat if you could actually come back here and hand crank it open. Yep, I'm 8 with our custom baler. It's got a buzz around the field. Said you can fly with this thing, it's kind of nice. I started playing Farming Simulator on FS22 on console, my PS4. Played it on, I think I played it on PS5 a little bit, maybe not, I don't remember. I remember when the Kavernland DLC came out, and this baler was basically in there, the fast bale. And it was amazing for console because console didn't have basically any auto balers. You had to unload them all manually with the buttons, and And this one basically would just automatically swap it over to the bale wrapper and drop it and load up, and just you could keep driving. Never had to stop. So that was one thing I really looked forward to when I was playing on console. And obviously I switched to the old great PC Master Race. You can see the pickup's pretty big on it. I'm a little curious to try out is how it works with the TMR mixture. We don't have any cows. We don't even have a cow pasture. There's one farm that has a cow pasture, so maybe we can look at seeing what it'll cost. Or maybe we'll just lease a TMR wagon and see what the recipes are. I have not looked at any of the files or anything in the map. Kind of when I started on Farm Sim, I was playing a lot of UK maps, and even most of my gameplays have been on UK maps, I think. So it's been kind of nice jumping onto some of these maps where they're a little more, I guess, North American based. Because I'm from the US myself. And it's nice to use and see equipment kind of how or what's used around where I'm at. Like UMRV, I know I can use, I mean obviously I can use whatever I want, but like you can use US equipment. It's actually not too far. It's in the Midwest, so kind of nice to be able to use some of that stuff. Even some of the older mods, older tractors and equipment. After I'm done with the full time lapse, I'll probably run. Been thinking about trying out that Valley Springs. Oh, it's kind of small equipment. It's kind of easier to do some of the fields on there, the smaller fields. Might not be great for time lapse, but smaller fields make it easier to be able to do, you know, record for an hour or two and then be able to jump in and do kind of some quick edits. Much easier to put out a video that's only 5-10 minutes long. And I've been wanting to try the map out for a little while. Looks like a nice map. First North America I jumped on was Green. I think it's Green. Is it Green Valley? Something Nebraska. Maybe not. I can't forget. I think it's by DJ Modding, the same person who converted the UMRV, redid UMRV. Hey Monty. Thanks for jumping in. Hope you're doing well. I think it was talking about the Nebraska map. I was playing on it with a multiplayer server, ArgZ Gaming's multiplayer server. And we were grinding out one of the farms, and we only had like, I got on at nighttime when nobody else was on. And there was only one thing to do, and it was we had to collect all the stones out of one of the fields. And if you're on a 4x map with stones, you'll already know it's a pain. Because we didn't have any modded rock pickers, so it was just like non-stop. It took me about 3-4 hours. Yeah, I was pretty exhausted after that. Mentally, of course. Hey Bruce, thanks for jumping in. Hope you're doing well. Deere. I like John Deere. The Big Buds are really cool tractors, I won't lie. But I've only used one maybe once, and obviously like they're pretty popular with Welker farms. I like the John Deere. I'm running a John Deere T. I think it's a 9RT on this save actually. It's across the field over there, if you can kind of see it, a little blurry in the distance. What's everybody been playing for their save games? People been sticking to some of the older maps, or are you enjoying some of these newer maps that have been coming out? Or is there any map you're really looking forward to that's coming out? I know a lot of people are looking forward to that Court Farms map. Especially European or UK players. $620 or $89.70. Good water. Asking me that, or are you asking what I have? T, the one. It's 410. 620. Sure, were they 70s? Super familiar with my tractors, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the 8R. So the 410. So it's older. Favorites? Oh, so you like the so much trouble with the articulating tractors, and I mean a lot of it's my own fault because I have not played with them very much, but I just struggle with driving them around. This is one of the first times I'm running actually like most of the time I'm running a smaller tractor, so it doesn't have tracks on it. Not an RT, which has the tracks, but it's not articulating. And I hardly ever run one of those either. Not a fan of the wigglers. They do kind of look like they're wiggling back and forth, especially when you're playing with them on Farm Sim. Just did your own or not? Stream Elements yelled at you. Oh. I was like, did the mod moderate the mod? I was thinking it said something bad and I just blurted it out on stream. Oh yeah, the articulating tractors, I don't know, it's always been. I've never actually also played on like a map where I've had the room to be able to work with huge equipment. So if I was playing on like a large map with big open fields or square fields, lots of space, something like, you know, like the Nebraska map or some of the North American 4x maps where they're just kind of open flatlands, not a lot of trees. I think it would be easier because then you could make a large headland and then just have plenty of room to make the big sweeping turns. Something like the Welker Farms map, it's big and open. They do look awkward, especially if you're using them with like a keyboard or a controller and back and forth. I think if they were used like kind of more, I guess, properly with huge equipment making the big turns, they might look a little smoother. See quite a few case Steigers around where I'm at. I have a case dealer, I don't know, not too far away, and I have a couple John Deeres not too far away, New Holland not too far. I've got quite a few around me, but I do a lot of kind of traveling in the region for my work. Not like very far, but I see a lot of Steigers out in the fields. And then I don't know if I see a lot of the articulating John Deeres, but I see a lot of like 8RTs or 9RTs out there. I see a lot of smaller John Deeres too, doing some of the other stuff. Probably like 8Rs or 7Rs. I think I've seen one 8RX actually on a trailer, but I've never seen it in the field working. Just need to get a 16 times map mark with massive fields. Just call it the flatlands of the Midwest. He has a articulating one now. They have 1 million subs too, I think. Like a Jeremy Clarkson. Get a massively sized tractor for not the right size fields. See a lot of like newer equipment and big equipment around me, but then down some of the back roads or side roads, I'll find a farm that has like an old International. I even have a farm not too far from me that has a White Farms equipment tractor. It's pretty cool. Usually see it every spring sitting out in his farmyard. Then I'll see every once in a while going around. I've seen some Fords, some old Fords, like white Fords. Obviously, when we have the fairs in the county or the region, you can go to those and see a lot of like the antique tractors, which is pretty neat. With D-Dog, I understand. I do the same thing with a lot of streams. And I have the background. Just listen to them. Sometimes I just listen. About up with this field. The watch hours, thank you, I appreciate it. Still quite a ways away from the sub count though. I don't think I'm going to be too worried about watch hours, but it does help. It does help. Thank you, though. Not taking it for granted. Thank you. In spurts. Getting like a handful of subs, and then you'll go a week getting maybe one. But it also depends on the YouTube algorithm, how it wants to treat you. And I think the more content you put out, you know, if you're putting out daily videos, you're obviously gonna probably get noticed a little more. Can't all do that. Life happens. I think at this stage, it's more about just making sure you're enjoying it, and then also making sure you're doing somewhat, you know, trying to get your content to be quality content, as well as learning the ins and outs of editing, coming up with ideas, figuring out stuff. I don't think we're gonna get this last bale off. I don't think this stuff is. Yeah, I'd have to run over all this with the pickup header first. The downside to them is I think the M8, which is a medium tractor, the highest it can get is 200. And if you're running really any type of like, like cultivator or plow, a lot of them run a little higher, especially if you get a slightly bigger one, or even some of the seeders and planters run really high. But I think, and even the mower, some of the mowers, if you're running like a big twin set mower, they will struggle. But I think the idea behind the Kubotas was to use them for the smaller stuff on a farm. It's, I think they would, you know, they're suited well for like balers and whatnot. 200. I don't know what I'm running on this. I think most of the stuff I'm running on this, I'll probably be using the John Deere here, the 470 RT. I'm going to want to use bigger implements and planters, but I figured if I do grass work or any like farm, like animal work, I can use the Kubota or moving equipment around. We need to, what am I going to do? curious what the Flax Bales do for the TMR mixture. Suppose I could pull along. It's a mixer wagon and see what the recipe is. It shows you can put flax in it and also peas. See what it does. Hey, Trio Gaming, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. You can see the last stream, it has the 3 bins there. We still need to buy our augers so we can load in and unload. Comes with this large shed here, cold storage. Looks like cold, yeah. Then we got one of these, I don't really know what they're, like a hoop shed, I don't know what they're called. Dome or hoop shed. With the large old disc here. Skin cedar, Hardy Navigator spray. This game Mac and trailer. I did get some of the stuff on the used shop. Basically what I did is I think I bought the main farm in one field, and then I did basically, I think it was like farm manager mode 1.5 or 1 point something million, and bought the rest of our equipment with that. But I bought the stuff that I knew I wanted to use, like the swather and the pickup header and the class combine. got the I didn't honestly. I might not. I don't think I have one in yet. Yeah, I made a couple little spots for myself. Sure, there's already a few out there from the handful of auto drive YouTubers or people. I know Farmer Ed is one of them. I don't know if he has one for this yet. Otherwise, they're just auto drive guy, I think. There's another one. Main ones I use, I think, are Farmer Ed and then auto drive guy. Probably look at getting us some auger wagons so we can get some of this crop out of our not auger wagons, get some augers for the bin so we can get it out of our auger wagon in our trailer. Hey Josh, thanks for jumping in. Hope you're doing well. Honestly, I didn't see if you were streaming tonight. I'm assuming not if you're not on, unless you had to hop off. This one. I think this one you have to have the dedicated tractor for. Guess the Kubota can run that. The puppy's doing well for you, Josh. Also, I believe you got a new job or you've been transitioning through jobs. I hope that's going well for you as well. See? Sure. He did gift me a quick bale. It's pretty nice. I'm enjoying it. New job is great. Awesome. Glad to hear that. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, new job probably kind of throws off the schedule a bit, especially just learning and all that, or whatever. Not sure what you have to all do, but get you there. Puppies are no joke. They take a lot of training, constant attention. set this up a little nicer so I didn't have to look into the bins. Triple hopper. So let's forget what the tip side is. Nice. Discord, and he's always talking about how he has to go into the office for a day or two. Same with, I think, like Car Tech or Disturbed. I don't know about Disturbed. Disrupted. Camera. Oh, are these the one? I wonder if these are the one crop bins. If they're custom bins or not. I think the Westfields were, weren't they? Do not know. I think hybrid's becoming probably the go-to for where it's able to be used. You just gotta buy the equipment and make sure people can log in with whatever they have, their laptop or their home computer. And if they do fully remote, then you can pretty much hire anybody in the country or the world, I guess. You don't have to worry about somebody having to be in the region or the area, or hiring somebody and then moving them to the region or area. Yeah, I was gonna, actually, two of my sister-in-laws work fully remote, and the one company I think is based out of like California or something. One of the coast, east or west coast. I don't remember which one, but it she works from the Midwest, fully remote, and I think like once a year they get together, kind of as like a company. I don't know, company just meetings, yearly, annual meetings. Starting to think this bin is only for lentils not accepted here. I don't know if the bin is only allowed for one crop at a time, or if lentils cannot be put into the bins. Guess we'll find out. Let's move it over to the next one. Or it just might be for some bigger. Bins. Good enough for the trigger. Moving all over the place here, sorry. Truck over the. Probably should have put the truck in place first, huh? Wing it. Drop it over. Just keep banging it up. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to, look like Austin Powers. These benefit meetings are only allowed 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's nice. So you actually have to do your meetings within working hours. Instead of any time, any night, any day. Really offsite meetings at different places? Okay. Job's nice. So the bins only accept one crop, just for future reference and also for anybody watching. I was kind of wondering that when I saw them, the custom bins. One crop each. So you got to kind of meet the team and all that. Yeah, Mark, I'm pretty sure I will. Watching me for the last 15 minutes trying to maneuver this thing and spend more time trying to get the crop out of my truck than actually in the field. We might just take this and bring it right to the sell point. Buying some new bins. They do have a couple. I think they have actually a custom complex like this one, which is massive. Did it somewhere where they got kind of the smaller one off to the side. A few different designs. And there's one built into the, I think a couple of the farms actually have those, but like down here on this plot, pretty much can buy one. There's one just down there, so maybe if we get enough money or pull a loan, we could buy it. I think I'm gonna run out of room with only 3 bins, being able to hold only 3 types of crops. Unless we just go lentils all day. Or just start selling. Yeah, I would assume they're pretty common. I know around me I see quite a few larger ones. I mean, obviously some are part of like industries or seeding companies and whatnot, or ethanol plants, but I see quite a few farms with the large kind of bin set up, something similar to like a millennial farmer, you know, has the bunch of different bins, um, corn drops, or the crop drops. Typically just call them corn drops because that's what a lot of people plant around here. And conveyors to move everything around. Stir. And we're just about done with the stream. We spent the whole time on this one field. Let's see what the mixer's like. So we might lease a mixer at it, bring it back over here. See kind of what the recipes are. / buy station, you know, I'm not sure. I'll check it here, so we can check it right now. Feel like I had seen one. So it's got the fertilizer. You can buy the side. Nothing for digestate or slurry or manure. You can buy your fertilizers. I believe it was all tucked in somewhere, like back in here. We got the fertilizer shed, chemical shed, seed shed. Don't know. Sawmill. The lime's part of the fertilizer shed. Yep. So yeah, kind of got this region down here's got a lot of your reductions and whatnot. Then you got the train, and then up in the top left is another little town area or sell point. Take a shortcut across the field. The last 2 days I felt like I've had something stuck in my throat, like a tickle, and I don't know if it's like an allergy or coming down with something. Hopefully not coming down with something. At least just one of these. I just want to test this out. I don't have any cows. see if we can get let's check the recipe here. I'm looking at it with the tractor hooked up. You look at the help menu over there if you can see it. Looks like for mixing ratios we can do the flax. So the flax is kind of that darker straw looking logo or icon. So it looks like you can put a little bit of the flax in there, and you can also put some of the wheat, I guess wheat in there. I thought it had a thing for peas, unless it's getting cut off because of the might be getting cut off because I got too much going on in the controls menu. Maybe if we can get the controls to pop. Come on. Alright, no. I mean, maybe it takes peas and you can feed peas to the cows. I don't know. But if you look at like the icons, it shows the peas. Obviously, there's mineral feed, silage. It says it'll take corn. Maybe it takes peas and corn, and that's what I meant to put in the icon there. Maybe the icon's just not right. Could also look in the XML files and actually see what's going on. Try this. Wheat, feed, black straw, peas. Science. So that's just part of the crop, the little wheat symbol. So it's just part of the crop symbol. Oh, it's because I'm not adding, I'm setting. I wasn't even thinking about that. I think just you can fill it with peas, wheat, barley, oats, and corn will all just be a crop, that crop fill bar. Then the flax straw will be the other one. Then obviously silage and I think it's hay. Maybe grass? Hay. It's the other one. The flax. So you could do, I know it's kind of weird with the swathing. Like I've talked about earlier, it's like an extra step. But the swather runs really fast. And honestly, if you set the swather on an auto or course play course, you can just save that one course and run the combine and the baler right after it. But the Flax Bales do have a custom texture here. They look pretty nice. Not sure what they would go for in the market. Black straw, it doesn't sell for a whole lot. Your typical straw prices. A little bit higher than straw, but lower than hay and grass. I think that's about about it for the stream, everybody. So I thank you for tuning in. I know we might have had some issues with the, I don't know, my internet acting up early on. Thanks for dropping in, everybody. Thanks for all the likes. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Like I said, we're going to be doing, I think most of my live streams now are going to be on Edgewater for the time being. If something pops up, like when the GoBeal DLC drops, we might do a live stream with it or just add it into here. And if some new cool maps show up, maybe we'll do some map exploration or tours. So that'll be it. So please like the stream, and I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you for joining in.